Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by. What you're looking at is my first mini ITX build. I threw it into one of Thermaltake's gaming cubes. I got that off of Amazon for fairly cheap. And it was a simple build to put together. I'm using a Ryzen 3400G, which means it has its own Vega graphics, so no GPU is needed. Not that you can buy a GPU anywhere these days. So for me, the most interesting thing about this case is if you take off the front panel, is this 200mm fan. This thing creates a wind tunnel which keeps all your components fairly cool. Now, as far as keeping the Ryzen 3400G cool, you can see I have a Wraith Prism cooler. It does a good job. But if you've seen any of my videos on my channel, I have 50 or 60 videos just on Noctua fans. And of course, my goal is to replace this stock fan with one of Noctua's 200mm fans. So let's check this out. All right, as you can see right here, this is an example of a 120mm Noctua fan. And here is the beast of the 200mm Noctua fan. Before we install it, I want to get a baseline to see if this intake fan has any bearing on keeping my components cool. All right, the front panel is back on. Let's have a look at what the idle temp is. And you can see right there, we're idling at a nice cool 29 degrees with the stock 200mm fan as the intake. And of course, there is the Wraith Prism cooler, which is keeping the CPU nice and cool. All right, we've been running with a little bit over 5 minutes right now. And as you can see, I'm kind of leveled at about 70C with a jump up to 74C. So 70, 71 is my max temp at full load using Cinebench 20. Now let's see if the 200mm Noctua makes any difference in lowering the temperature. All right, you can see right there, we are now idling at about 28C, so about a degree or two cooler than with the stock fan, so not bad. Oh, there it just dropped to 27. All right, let's put this thing through a couple Cinebench runs and see what we got. Okay, we are in the middle of the third run. You can see right there, we are hovering about 66, 67 degrees Celsius. You can see it spiked up to 71 degrees. So in the end, about 3 to 4 degrees cooler than the stock fan using the 200mm intake fan on this Thermaltake case.